All right, now we can end up getting Carnage out. Will that actually drop Emma, or do we need to ult here to get the battlefield effect?
Hey, you're not backing down now, are you, big guy?
Where's the other guy? Yo!
Sorry, I'm late. So, what'd I miss?
Well, Yzma just tossed me this knife and asked me to, you know, take them out. And then this guy popped up, and then we waited for you. And quite honestly, I thought.
How's it going, everybody? Dacier here, and we have a round 2 match of Cosmic Crucible, and we're going against Nate Dogg, who is a part of the Dorks Alliance. And yes, they do have a version of Dorky Dad's defense, so I'm actually curious how this is going to end up going. They are 224 million TCP, and they were on, how long ago? 2 hours, 20 minutes ago? It's possible we might be able to get our results pretty quick on this one. Now, as far as the defense goes, they have Black Knight, Illuminati, Doctor Strange in one, which I do like the Doctor Strange flex more than throwing the Black Bolt in there. It just gives you something that you need to be aware of for a ticking time bomb of Doctor Strange, reviving everybody back to life. And they have a G20 Captain Britain as well, which is gonna hurt. Stage 2 Orcus with Dorm. Stage 3 Cabal, OG Emma, and Mephisto. I am curious how this one's going to end up playing out. I might have some kind of team I'm going to be testing out on this one. I'm not quite sure yet. Stage 4 Superior 6. Stage 5 we have the Fantastic Four with Human Torch and Xavier. In Stage 6 we have Phoenix Force, New Emma, Thanos Endgame, and Kahori. So let's go ahead and get started on this match. All right, we're going to start by doing a burn attack into the Stage 5 Fantastic Four Xavier team. I'm going to go in here with the Absolute A-Force. I'm throwing Mordo in here because we do have the event going on where you need to use your cursed characters in Crucible. So it's a perfect opportunity to get that burn in there. Let's go ahead, go in, and see how long we can survive. We might end up wiping as soon as Invisible Woman does that ultimate, so let's find out. All right, so Invisible Woman's popping that ult, and well, we didn't die. Well, we did die. All right, well, we pulled Invisible Woman's ultimate. Let's see if we can try to pull Xavier's special on the next one somehow. All right, for the follow-up attack, we're going to go in here with Astral. I'm keeping New Emma for the offense, though. I think I can actually utilize her no speed in the Stage 6 matchup. I'm going to end up throwing in Hercules. He's just kind of a bigger built character. I'm hoping this team can actually try and survive. The Franklin's only 5 red, so I think there might be a chance I can try to get to the Xavier special. Let's see if we can. All right, so there's the Invisible Woman special, Johnny's ult, Franklin's ult. All right. There's the ult that's going to get the assist. We did not make it to Xavier's special. That is not good. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, we're going in for the cleanup and seeing what can end up happening here. So we are going to break up the Immortal X-Men. As you see, we have Storm and Jean in here. We have the New Emma. We have Songbird, and we have Ares. Ares is going to stop the safeguard. Songbird going to ult turn 1 so we could try to get off the taunt and flip all those positive effects. Storm is going to try to get the stun into Xavier so we're not eating his special. From there, we're going to be able to extend those negative effects. Ares, if he can actually get a turn, he's also going to give us a stun as well, so he's not going to be a total waste. I debated about him or APOC. I'm going to see if I can actually use APOC elsewhere. And if this doesn't work, we'll just back out. We're going to save all these characters. So let's see what happens here. All right, so Songbird, we get to ult here. That's going to flip. All right, Franklin going. That's not terrible. Can Storm get her turn off, though? All right, let's get that stun into Xavier so we're not eating that special. And he does have that exhaust, so we don't have to worry about the ultimates actually reducing those negative effects. All right, let's special into Xavier, get that striker shot into him, and extend all of these. Oh my god, Human Torch is a dick on this. Let's go special into Reed. He's about to take his turn. And clear barrier, attack primary, stun. Already pulled all of Johnny's things. I think we need to try to stun and get rid of that read. Alright, let's rewind here. No rewind, that's fine though. Let's ult into Torch. Striker shot. Who's taking their turn next? In abilities. He's gonna basic. He's gonna basic. He's got bleeds. He's gonna flip positive effects. He's got another turn of stun left. Let's take out Franklin here. Or both of them. Alright, so we did end up clearing this one. Pretty costly. I don't hate breaking up Immortal. I've been kind of known lately right now to say when Rachel comes out, I'm more excited about using the 3-piece, which I think this would have actually worked as a 3-piece as well. So let's go ahead and go on to the next matchup. Alright, for stage 4, we're going to go in with the free-to-play Illuminati team, so I'm going to keep my Captain Britain for the offense, that way we can try to use them elsewhere. This one here, it's just going to be easy walkover. We use Black Panther Shuri's special into Green Goblin Classic right here, and then from there, we just kind of walk over the entire team. So let's go ahead and take them out. Alright, let's go ahead and get those charges off of the Green Goblin Classic right here. And that does make him ability blocked as well. So now he's just going to basic instead of doing the turn 1 ult. Alright, let's go ahead and let's drop the ult here. That's going to get trauma. It's going to get these slows out there. Let's ult here. Big AoE hit. That should get some burps off. There goes Green Goblin Classic. Alright, let's go ahead. Special. There goes Doc Ock. Let's special here. That should take out Lizard. And that's some bad efficiency right there. That's why I like to special with Hank. I was just trying something different on this one. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit more of a science experiment than anything. I'm kind of curious how this is going to end up playing out. So we're going to end up putting Nolan here. That's going to stop the empowerment from Mephisto. We have Gore in here, who's in that nice power couple. We're throwing Old Man Logan in. He's going to stop the charges. We have Emma in here to get the slower speed on them. Then we have APOC in here. Get the extra health, get the extra damage, and hopefully we can try to get the Falcon Punch off. I don't know if this is going to actually work, though. If this doesn't work, I'll probably back out and just do, like, Star Jammer this or something. I'm just kind of curious if I can save my Star Jammers for something else. Alright, so there goes Mephisto doing this special. That's going to take out my Old Man Logan. That's great. Alright, we get our turn. Let's go ahead and ult here with Gore. Alright, now we can end up getting Carnage out. Will that actually drop Emma, or do we need to ult here to get the battlefield effect? Ult is going to get slow and trauma. I think that's more important because they have the speed up right now. Let's ult. Slow trauma, battlefield effect. All right, now we get APOC. Let's go ahead and ult here. All right, we're going to be able to Falcon Punch Mephisto on his next turn. Ooh, they are going into my null. All right, let's special. Turn meter rewind's not great. All right, let's special here. That's not trash. All right, let's ult into Mephisto here. No bleeds, but he's getting knocked low. I want to stay on Mephisto. All right, there goes Mephisto. I feel much, much more comfortable now. All right, let's go into leader over here in special. There they go. Yeah, so little scary, honestly. but we were able to pull that off. Old Man Logan kind of didn't do anything. We probably could have swapped him out for somebody else and made that a little bit more efficient. Maybe like a Lady Deathstrike would work. All right, for this one here, I'm kind of curious what's going to end up happening. I'm putting Captain Britain, and that's going to stop the Kahori speed and turn meter fill on spawn, so I don't have to worry about her. Odin's going to be the carry on this one anyways. I'm putting the 3 Liberty members, the 3 new ones, in here just because they're big. I'm hoping they can try to get some control out there with the stuns, the heals, Patriot getting the taunts out there and everything. So I'm curious how this is going to play out. Let's go in. All right, so there's the passer shot. That is fine. This right here is going to flip positive, heal. Let's go into the new Emma right here. That's going to get the assist from Odin. All right, so I already got the assist. I can special. That's going to get the battlefield effect out, so that's great. Now we got all those buffs. Well, till Emma says otherwise. All right. So we are stuck on Phoenix. Let's special here. That Thanos almost got pushed right there. That's not great. And there's the push. All right, there's a swipe. That's the swipe. Okay, we got this now. All right, let's go ahead and pop the ult here. All right, so yeah, only losing Odin here and Captain Britain. That's not terrible to take this team out. There it goes. All right, stage 2. We're gonna go for a one-shot in here. We're gonna end up using our Black Cat in the middle. She's the fastest character. That way, the clone that we get's going to get that 132 speed as well, or 131, whichever it is. We have Quasar in here. We have Kestrel to stop the summons. Lady Deathstrike for the new stats. Then we have Black Knight in here for the retaliates. This is going to allow me to use Starjammers in stage 1 and get the one shot over there. So let's see if this one works. All right, so Kestrel stopping the summons. Black Cat was able to take the revive onces off of the majority of them. Scientist Supreme still has it. Nimrod going first. There's retaliates. Here comes retaliates into Omega Sentinel now. All right, we can't really stun you, but we can get a stun into Nimrod. I should have gone into Omega Sentinel on that stun, but I'm hoping my Quasar can just tear into her and just kill her off here. All right, there she goes. She came back. Of course she did. I think she's had a revive once somehow. All right, so there's a special from Storm. This isn't turning out great. All right, let's go ahead. Ult here. All right, so yeah. I'm just going to try to keep on the abilities. I'll come in here with Vigilante next and see how that ends up going. All right, let's go ahead and ult here. And we got the ult off of Dorm, so that's good. All right, so yeah, we'll Vigilante clean this up. I didn't think Vigilante can actually take this as the main one shot, but I feel better about the follow-up on that. All right, let's do the follow-up attack in here. So we're just going in with the full Vigilante team. We're putting Silver Sable in the middle to get that clone. Hitmonkey's going to stop the revives anyways on here, so I don't have to worry about Omega Sentinel coming back like she did last time. Let's go in. All right, so we got a Sentinel. They got a Punisher. All right, so Mega Sentinel going first with that ult. There goes Nimrod popping the special. Those flips definitely hurt. All right, so now we get our turn. Let's go ahead and pop the ult here with Silver Sable. And all right, so Electra came back there. That's good. She always comes back. Let's go ahead and special here instead of popping the ult. I was hoping I can try to kill that Omega Sentinel with the chain. Punisher should be coming up, and that will definitely take her out. Or, yeah, we got a special here. Alright, so now Punisher's going to do the cleanup on this mess. Let's get this striker shot into Nimrod. Alright, there he goes, and that's going to take out... Not yet. Alright, let's special. That's going to flip. Alright, there it goes. Alright, one more rune to go. Alright, we're going into stage 1 with the Illuminati, Black Knight, Doctor Strange. We're just going to go in here with the Starjammers team. This is a very easy counter into this team. It's going to be super efficient. And then hopefully we can find out if my opponent attacked. Let's go in. Alright, so we're going to start by doing the ult into that Black Knight. There goes all of his charges and buffs. Ult with Howard the Duck. That should kill him, hopefully. No, but we did end up killing Pink Pim. Alright, ult here. That's going to end up killing all of them. All of them gone. Okay. Cool. Alright, so we got the victory on this one as well. So we are 2-0. We got a 48,975. Nate Dogg got a 41,420. So they did end up getting the tax in by the buzzer. I was kind of watching to see what I'm able to record the results on here. And they did end up getting kind of stumped on one of my rooms. Let's go ahead, take a look. Stage 1, we did Starjammers for 8371. Stage 2, we did end up dropping this one. I think I could have just gone in with Vigilante. I was just kind of wanted to use some other characters, and that's kind of what happens when you force things when you shouldn't be forcing them. 7965. Stage 3, we got an 8361. This is our one shot into the Cabal Mephisto. We end up using OG, Emma, Noel, APOC, Gore, Old Man Logan, who honestly died right off the bat. I think I might be able to swap him out with something else. I just wanted to use him to try to get charges off of the Mephisto or off of Leader, whoever that would have ended up being on this one. Stage 4, we did free-to-play Illuminati, 8366. Stage 5. So here we did 2 burn attacks, and this is the proper way to do the burn attacks. We went in with a big team, so we were able to pull the Invisible Woman ultimate. That also pulled off the Human Torch, I believe, was the other one that we got to pull for a special. Then we end up going back in. We pulled Invisible Woman's special, Human Torch's ultimate, and we were able to pull Franklin's ultimate, I believe, was the other one that we pulled on this one before we were able to kind of bleed out. Or yeah, because we didn't even get to Xavier's turn on this one. Then we went in and we had to break up our Immortal X-Men. So this is something you may need to end up doing, because what you need to have on here is a character to stop the speed, which is going to be the new Emma. That's going to stop Franklin from giving that speed stats to his ally. So that's why I kept her on offense, to try to do something like this. Somber to do the ult turn 1 to flip Ares to take off the safeguard, so I can actually get off the Mr. Fantastic. Then Storm here would be able to get the stun into Professor X like you guys saw. So hopefully this will help you guys out in the future. This got us a 7558. Stage 6. We end up doing a Liberty. We brought Captain Britain in to stop the speed, well, turn meter. He really didn't do much on here. I was just kind of working while I did this tag. And then Odin for 8354. Now for the defensive side of things, they end up using Starjammers into my Night Stalker Super Scroll. I'm happy to pull that away from something else, 8369. Stage 2, they did Vigilante, 8365. So yeah, I could have just got the 2 dropped attacks and I would have been fine, because I could have done this as well. Stage 3, so they couldn't clear this one. So let's see what they did. They did a burn attack. That's the same exact burn attack that I did. And then they went in with Liberty after that one. Then they went in with Songbird, Odin, APOC, Old Man Logan, and Red Hulk. So yeah, they didn't have new Emma in here. If they would have had new Emma, they could have done the flip, they wouldn't get the stun into Xavier, though, which you really need on this type of thing. So I'm pretty sure this kind of went south fairly quickly on that one. Stage 4, they end up using Immortal X-Men 8370. Stage 5, so they went in with a cursed Null into my cursed Mephisto. They were able to kill the Mephisto off, and then they went in with Blade and Oaths, Shadow King, Lady Deathstrike, and Songbird for 7964. And stage 6, we have Annihilator, 2-piece, Quasar, Super Skrull, and Odin for 8352. So well played, Nate Dogg. Hopefully you had fun against the defensive side of things as far as what I put on there. Looks like we're going against Cypher for the championship round. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.